I have only one request. Darla, Sturdy, do you have comments you'd like to make to us? Oh, no, thank you.
Hi. You're going to learn some tonight. I'm going to do the best I can to, I just found out that you were getting together. So this is a speech that I have already done this week for a Rotary. And this will give you some information where I come from and my journey to where you are today.
Can you start with an introduction?
I will. My name is Darla Sturdy. And I'm here as a mom. I'm going to tell you about my son. I'm going to let you know about the culture of TriMet and why I've done to try to make a difference in the community, and last explain to you why we need education in the community also. Like many of you, I have a family that I deeply care about and means more to me than anything else. Maybe you or someone you know has lost someone close, such as a family member. I lost my son. God blesses you with children for you to take care of, to love them, to teach them, but not to outlive them. So my son had many great qualities, though I will only touch on a few. My son, he started baseball at the age of 5 and played 9 years, began Taekwondo at the age of 8, and at the age of 9 was in the Junior Olympics and placed 4th in the nation. Started football in the 5th grade, played 6 years, and middle school he played basketball, did track, and also wrestling, placing 1st in many tournaments. Student body president his 8th grade year for around 750 students, and 2 years of drama during his high school year. During his last year of life, he and his sister became the first brother and sister of Gresham High School to ever make state at the same time in 100 years. He also placed 4th at Mr. Gresham in his high school. His sophomore year was involved in his church youth group every Wednesday night and in a high school Christian group called Soul Food. My son's name was Aaron Wagner Sturdy. He would be the first one to tell you to do unto others as you would do to yourself, for yourself. My son was headed home on his dad's bike after spending the day talking to a youth group and witnessing to friends about God and church camp when he was taken from me. I live in Gresham, the first place they started the Max Line. When they built the Max Line, it was all fields out there. They were setting it up so they could take people from one side of town to the other. When they set it up with gates for the cars, but not for the pedestrians. We now built around the Max Line city halls, schools, malls, apartments. In the most recently constructed parts of the Max Line, pedestrian gates have been installed. However, on the east side, where Max began in the mid-1980s, pedestrian gates had gone ignored. After my son's death, I thought I could sue TriMet and make a difference. I have had a hard time figuring out why God left me behind. As a grieving parent, you wander. And so I wandered to the light rail where my son was killed and watched the light rail go in and out. I learned that it wasn't going to make any difference to sue them. It was about changes. I knew nothing about politics. The owner of my business had worked for UPS for many, many years and in safety, and helped me put together speeches and talk to me about how TriMet wasn't following the national safety standards and how they also allowed me to work on the weekends, my boss did, because I went down to Salem every Wednesday and Friday for 6 months. My own legislators told me I'd never pass a law the first time around. I had to become a lobbyist because you can only be down at the Capitol 25 hours and a quarter and only spend $100. I learned quickly that I had my work cut out for me. TriMet found out that I was trying to create a bill, and they also had another lobbyist. There was a lobbyist that was down there, and I think at that time they brought in another one. But I could be corrected on that. I actually started on the House side, but the representative chair of transportation didn't want to pass it because of TriMet. So my own senator came from Gresham, Senator Lori Monis Anderson, said, Darla, you need to start a new bill on the Senate side. And I did. I met every legislator and I worked full-time and passed the law, Senate Bill 829. The law was that they had to go back to every crosswalk throughout the entire light rail line and do a study. You see, as they hit and had killed people and maimed people, they would never go back. They would only build in the new and not go back and fix the old, for me due to liability. After a year, I went back to my first TriMet board of directors meeting in April of 2008 to follow up on the law that I passed in June of 2007. TriMet was given 1 year to conduct this study. The Senator Rick Metzger, when we were down in Salem, had given them 1 year to go through, conduct the study, and come back to them. The board of directors knew nothing of the study. I then went back the next month and made them aware of all the circumstances surrounding my son's death and the law that was required by them to do the study. In March of 2009, I went back to Salem after they had done the study, and I spoke in front of the Senate Transportation Committee due to the fact that all the discrepancies of the new study. I've seen other studies that were given to TriMet, and they have not moved on them in the past 10 years. There is a school called the Center for Advanced Learning that it was at the front door, sit within 25 to 30 feet from the max line, and in 2007 I couldn't get channelization, and now they have students up to 550. But they now have put in to let you know, and it's almost been a year, I think they put it at the end of last summer, that they did finally put in some channelization there in Gresham. Then they even had a poll done by their own operators from TriMet that said in 1999 that this area was the most dangerous area for TriMet at Cal High School. In the study, it states, the study that I went down to the Senate for, it stated that we needed another study. I told the Senate that we don't need another study. What we need to do is fix them all. The study showed over 60 crosswalks that needed to be changed. The study also showed that they only told in 22 years history that they'd only killed 2 people on a bicycle. I told the Transportation Committee I was appalled that they were not telling the whole truth and that TriMet doesn't paint the correct picture. They killed 22 people in addition. There had been 505 accidents in 12 years from 1994 to 2006, 76 pedestrians, 27 bicyclists, and 402 cars. The year my son died, they hit 15 people. This is only the light rail, not including the buses statistics.